Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Portal Revolution. Last time we spent far too long throwing white goop around, but now today the climb continues.
That looks more like a chamber. You know what? I actually remember this one.
Oh,
It's collected some dust, but looks pretty much unchanged. Most of our tests get updated when we find a critical design flaw. Seems like this one survived the test of time.
right. So we've got a little sucky pipe. We like those. And we got a bouton, which we'll do... Okay, that turns off the emancipation grid. Good. That wall is portable for a reason. What is that reason? We are yet to find out, but by golly, there's a reason. And then what will this do? This will turn on... that thing, except it's not turning it on. Curious, why are you not turning things on for me? We get some cool music as well, we like that. And here's where we get our cue. We need that for various button-based antics. So we can pop it on there. How does that assist us? There's nowhere in this first room, except there, actually, where we can fire it. So there we go, there's our cube. And it goes down into the water. Now, there's a red thing up there which I didn't see before. Was that turned off? Okay, that's turned off by our button. But we still need to switch this thing on, otherwise what do we do with our lives? Looks like it is also connected to this button. So it looks like this button does both the emancipation grid and that. Did this also turn off the other emancipation grid? No, it doesn't. So how do we get a cube over there onto that button? I'm thinking at this point that beam is going to go across there and into there, and then it's going to come out there, and then our cube is going to drop down, and that's how we're going to get our cube onto that button, perhaps. And then that's going to be what allows us to eventually work our way across to the door. But without our thing being turned on, there's a button up there. That'll do it. One hopes. Oh, that also summons cubes. And yeah, that brings that out. Okay. Where do you summon a cube? In the water. So we could potentially do this. But we can't actually do that because we haven't got a cube on there. Okay. Now, is our previous cube spat out? Over there. Yeah, I think it is. Right, okay. I've got the beginnings of a plan. We're going to put our cube on the button. And then we're going to work our way back up to the here. And now, if we send our cube through there, and then that should just be it, right? We don't need to do anything fancy timing-wise, because that's going to end up in there. Good. Excellent. We're making progress. Oops. There we go. Don't even need to do that. I could just walk around the walkway, couldn't I? Not to worry, we've got a cube, and we got it on there. That's step 1. Now, step 2 is going to involve getting our other cube to move. So maybe it involves us putting this portal in place first. There we go. Well, now it's pushing rather than pulling. Is that a big problem? I guess that's something else that button does, is it changes it from push to pull. Either way, we're going to need this button up here with us. Because we need to hold down this to keep on the beam. Now that the beam's on, I feel like we can make it to the door. Yeah, looks like that wasn't so bad after all. Once we found
Good
the
news.
extra button.
I found us an elevator out of here. Just one more chamber.
Oh, good. Now, if this is an end of chapter chamber, though, it's going to be a right pain in the butt. Are we sufficiently warmed up? Let's find out.
Last chamber. The surface elevator is right after. Just don't look down. Or fall down either. That shaft goes all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, so we don't want to fall down. Otherwise that would render everything we've done so far moot. But I do want to just keep portaling every surface that we see, just because it might be useful. Although, this looks like a fling. So where would we be flinging ourselves? From up there. But how do we fling ourselves from up there? Because we're here. So we can't really jump up here from down here, can we? Nope. Aha, there's 2 spots down here where we can fire things. So we could fling ourselves and then bounce up and down between the 2 for a bit while we have a think about what to do next. And then red.
Whoa!
Okay, that should have worked, I feel. Why didn't that work? That makes me sad. Sounded like she was expecting it to work from the way she woed.
Whoa! Ah!
There we go. And that time it did work. How odd.
Don't do that again. For my sake, please. You're gonna give me a heart attack.
How is that possible? I mean, it's possible Aperture would have fitted robo hearts to all their robots so they could experience the wonders of the heart attack. But I doubt it. Now, where have you put us? Tube? You've put us where Button Friend can be ejected and bounce off a faith plate. Interesting. It's kind of cool. And we're going to need Button up here to open the exit door. We're going to need Cube up here. But how do we get Cube up here? We could potentially fire it through there and get it up here. But how would any of that work? Okay, that was worrying. Right, where do you launch cubes from? The same spot? Okay. What happens if we do this? It drops down too low for us to grab, but there's also Paul's portable surfaces higher up. Whee! Thank you. Now, what do you do for us? You open up a hard light bridge. Which is cool and all, but how does that help us? I mean, it allows us to go for a little stroll down there, perhaps, but again, how does that help us? I mean, there's got to be some purpose to setting off the hard light bridge. What if we go up top? Get a better look around. Yeah, I'm not convinced this is where we need to be right now. How would we, a human, with our human legs, get back up to where that button is? Do we need to get back up there, or do we just need to fire the cube up there? What if we drop down here? Does that offer any new perspectives on things? We could come over here, and we could fire our red portal somewhere else. But how would that help us? Because yeah, we would then get flung through the blue portal and out somewhere else. But where and why? What would that do for anyone? I don't see anywhere else where a portal can be stuck. We can test the theory at least. Whee. Yep. Alright, so the theory is sound. We can fling ourselves. Ah, wait a minute. There's a portable surface. So maybe we need that. Could be wrong. But it does allow us back up here. And now, everything should be positioned correctly for us to send a cube that way as well. Yes. Cool. That was fun. That's a nice little chamber.
I need you to carry me up the elevator. We've done this before, so be ready to catch me.
Okie doke.
We're becoming quite good at this.
Yeah, we
The
are.
elevator is right through here.
Teamwork.
Quite cozy. I'm sure we can stuff ourselves in there.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd miss the car park. We're almost out of here. That's not the surface. Is the elevator stuck?
Doesn't look like it. Chapter 7 then, the collision. Who is colliding with what?
Oh, I found you!
Who's that
I
now?
was quite worried where that teleporter could have left you.
Hello,
At least you
Sterling.
didn't suffocate on a wall, so that's good. Tell you what, why don't you come back and join me here in the spire? Charging up the teleporter as we speak to continue our mission you so rudely interrupted.
What mission?
Oh, who's your little sidekick? Cute. You can join us if you want.
Join you? With what?
We just want to repair the facility. I will pick up the remains of our former central core, reassemble her, and bring her back to life.
Wait, who are you talking about? Are you talking about GLaDOS? You want to bring back GLaDOS?
That's what the humans call her, yes.
Whoa. And that is why you gotta switch your capacitors.
Makes sense.
So that's the sort of guys you normally hang out with.
It's not my choice.
Did you work with him?
I mean, yeah, we were a janitor. We go way back, me and Sterling. Now, where are we going? Is it up here? I hope so.
Oh! I shouldn't have looked.
It's fine.
Solid ground at last. Put me on the rail over there. I'll open the door for you.
There we go. Thanks, friend. Now, is the door going to open? It looks a bit buggered. Maybe I should just go down here instead.
Right, so you're the one who activated the spire.
I should have seen that coming.
Not deliberately. I got no idea what's going on.
Is he really trying to bring back GLaDOS? He's right about one thing, though. The facility is already barely holding together, and that won't change unless we put someone in charge of the central core. But why her? Why doesn't he just take the crown for himself?
He's a janitor. He doesn't want to have ideas above his station. Do you want to be in charge? We could maybe arrange that. Now, we have got 2 cubes. So in theory, we just put one there. Oh no, what's this cube doing? Is it not redirecting? Oh, wait a minute. Are these like teleport cubes? Oh. Sick. That's pretty cool. Oh, we like that. I love all these new mechanics they're adding. They're not really adding much in the way of new items. They're just kind of using them differently. Like, pneumatic tubes are in the game already, but they never sucked before. And
I don't blame you
laser
for helping
cubes.
him. You didn't see what she did. I mean, neither did I. But the records are disturbing. Took her less than a second to seal the fate of every human in the enrichment center. I'll never understand why we gave her that neurotoxin.
It was a good question. I guess they feared the test subjects might get out of control or something like that. Maybe. Now, what's going on in here? So, we've left a cube behind. We've got one on this side though. So this one gives us the laser on this side, but then what do we do with the laser on this side? Do we fire it down there, I guess? Now what? That's turned on a second laser. Is that now going to beam another laser back to the other side? That would be pretty cool if it is. And it is. Nice. Now, can you go over there, please? Other laser. Interesting.
I just wish I could go back, you know, and amend both mistakes.
Well, I don't think time travel's an option. But you might be able to blow everything up. Now, this laser could go through portals, or it could go through cubes. Or it could do both. Does it need to do both? What if we... Can we light that one up? There we go. We can light that one up like so. And then we can have it go through there. And then that would allow us to have it light up like so. But then we need it all turned off so that we can get on the lift. So what if we put our blue over there? And then we put our blue back in place. There we go. Why is it saying only one of the door? Oh, because I've There we go. Just needed a bit of precision. Now what? So, you're powering something on by default. Oh, are you a redirection? Okay, so you're a redirection. We need 3 lights to open the door. That's 1. But these guys will... Let's see, they block the laser as well. So everyone blocks the laser. It's only those cool switches that we had before that let the laser pass through. So, what if... Where are the other 2? They're here. Right, so that's 2 on. And then we put that there to capture the laser again. And then we fire it over there.
We might not see each other in the next test chamber. Whatever he says or has already said to you, we can not allow GLaDOS to return.
Makes sense. I mean, our test subject doesn't know that for sure, because they weren't around when GLaDOS did her thing. But friend Amelia here, if I'm remembering her name correctly, does seem like the trustworthy type.
Is your little friend not gonna join us? Oh well, this only regards you anyways. I just want to say thank you for bringing us this far. Really, I mean it. No one else could have pressed that button as well as you.
Okay. That button powers the exit door, I guess, based on that symbol next to it. Down here, that powers a hard light bridge, perhaps. So maybe we're going to need to do a few different things at different points. We'll leave you there for now, and we will pop down here, and that does indeed power up something. So let's have a peep around. Yeah, powers up a hard light bridge for us. Spiffing. And there's an aerial faith plate, which brings us up to the door. Now this hard light bridge can't be fired anywhere else by the look of it, because that surface isn't portable. So what's our next play? Is there somewhere up here where we can fire a portal? There is, good. So we can move back and forth. Right. Now, we've got a portal up top. So I guess we just bring the cubes back down. And we use them to open the door at top. So can we just place one on top of the other? Yeah, good. That seems straightforward.
Before you say anything, I am going to accept your implicit apology for breaking the teleporter. Portal device really caused a lot of havoc there. Don't worry, I'm not gonna add the repairs to your list. I already got that covered.
Well, sure hope we don't break more stuff with this new port again.
Hey, I've got a question. Your new little blue friend, who is she? The voice seems familiar. Alright, you can't respond. Maybe you can introduce me to her when you come back.
So they did know each other back before the old cataclysm. I should probably look where this fires me before I fire myself on it. But no. That's for squares. Now, where do you... Okay, so you're going to fling a couple of these bad boys to me. And then up there we've got... So when we power something up, those will shut. So maybe we just use a portal here, and that works. Cool, now those are closed. Now what do we do from here? Maybe we're going to need to close them whilst we're flying through the air. That wouldn't surprise me. So, red is over there. Doesn't matter which is where, really, does it? Because I think we need to do this. And then... Oops, that's blue. Okay, yeah, maybe that did matter, which I used there. Right, you're still lit, right? Or at least you will be when that's there. Good. Right, so let's consider order of operations. We need blue and we need red. Then we're going into blue. So once we've gone through blue, we could then start firing, perhaps? Whoop. Dang. It's going to be tricky to shoot both those portals off like that, so... Which way are we going? There we go. There we go, we got it second try. Fantastic. I could see myself failing at that 10 dozen times. But thankfully, that didn't happen. Now, all of you goblins hanging around. We're up here though, which means we can put a portal up here. It's not in the perfect location, but that's fine. Because the fact we've put one up here means we can pop through, we can grab our cube, and we can bring it through with us. Now, how do you lot feel about that? They are not fans. Oops. And that's another chamber cleared. We're doing well.
I'm still charging up the teleporter. Your little accident used up all the teleportation juice. It's an actual liquid, by the way. Had to scramble together every last drop of gel from the bottom layers of the enrichment center to mix some new fluid.
Well, I'll have myself some of my brain juice, which is strawberry and kiwi flavour.
Finally found you again. I've got some news.
And we press on.
He wants to use the unstable Spire teleporter to put together GLaDOS, right? If we can go into the control room and cut power from the core, we have a real chance of preventing a catastrophic meltdown.
Yep. We've got a plan. It's basically just words. We've got to go somewhere and do a thing. Now, lasers. Surfaces. Something is going to get flung into that pipe. It'd be nice if it was us, but it might be goop. Let's see. Somewhere around here we're going to get some laser cube. There is a lot going on in this chamber from the look of it. The one thing that's not going on is me finding an easy way to get up high and get some cubes on side. Unless we just fling ourselves through first. That'll do it. And then we land on that, yep. So we're going to land blue goop on this, I guess. And then we're going to be able to spring across to there. But how does that help us get to our cube friends? I can see where they are. But I kind of need them before I can start doing any sort of puzzling. Do I have to fling myself up there? Maybe. Right, we're through here. So let's put a red up there and we'll fire a blue onto that platform that we land on. See how that works for us. Hey! Good. Progress has been made. Right, so that only stays on temporarily. Very well. Still not got our laser cubes. But if we do this again, now that we've got a bunch of blue up here, that should let us get to our cubes, yes? So we need our red on there. And then we should just be able to drop into here, right? Okay. Maybe not. Fine, we'll go back up and do it again. We fling. We bounce. Excellent. And now we laser cube. So, what do we do with laser cube? There was a thing there and a thing there. So we do that and it turns off the water. Is that the only thing that we needed to do with lasers? I think so. Now, maybe we adjust our position slightly on that one. And yes, that allows us to be up here. Now, do we even need... I was thinking we might need to fire the blue goop through the tube. But then, is it even going to bounce off the faith plate? I'm kind of curious as to whether or not that'll work. Just fires it directly through, okay. So if that hadn't worked, then I was going to just put a portal on there. And then... yeah, I was going to put a portal on there and then just fire it up and then change the portal's location. But that's not required. Right, so through we go again. We'll put that back on the left-hand side. Actually, we don't even need that, do we? Because we're just now bouncing off this platform. Like so. But now we need a laser with us. But that's fine. We're not using the laser for anything else, are we? So it can come with. Yeah, you come with us. Oops. Okay. We didn't both make it, but our laser did, and that's the most important thing. Because we can just follow it. Good. Fun little puzzle. I like puzzles where you fling a lot.
Let's meet after this elevator. I'll prepare an escape route for you that will take us straight to the spire. Meet you there.
Chapter 8, the remote execution. So 7 was a short chapter again. Or I'm just a genius.
So, I have decided.
Oh, hello.
You betrayed me. Twice.
Did I?
I have given you enough chances.
I don't think I
Something
did.
tells me that your new little friend managed to turn you against me, so I'm just going to kill you. Now, before you become any sort of threat. Again, thank you for your help. You served us well. Now you might be thinking, but Sterling, my dear, how if... No, don't do that. Where are you going?
Hello, friend.
Wait, did he say his name was Sterling?
Yeah.
Hey, come back! I can't see you!
I built a vacuum cleaner once. Called the little guy Sterling. Huh.
Where do you think you're going?
So you're his creator. And he's a vacuum cleaner.
Ta-da! Spire. Think
Yeah.
you can jump that gap?
Maybe? Could potentially stand up there. That might help. Now what? Now I could potentially fire right up the top there. Is this going to help? No. No, it's not. But if I put the blue over there, is that going to do it? No. But it didn't kill me. So, how am I to do this? I put the blue a little lower. I feel like this shouldn't be part of the puzzle. This should just be something that I do. But yeah, what if we put the blue lower then? Is that going to work? Or is that going to fall short? Okay, we're still bouncing off things, so we're just going to bounce off things wherever. Except up there, perhaps. I hadn't seen that bit before. So. There we go. That should do it. Made a meal of that one. That wasn't even a puzzle, that was a
You
jump.
inside?
We got gel, we got portable surfaces. Well, we got a portable surface. Meet us inside what? Amelia? Just inside the spire, in general. Could you not give me any more guidance as to how I'm supposed to get there? Aha. We're supposed to use our eyeballs. And now what? Now is it time for up? Looks like it. And then it's time for through there. And now what? A bit of fling me do, perhaps. Ooh. Right, let's do that again. But this time... Oh no. Yeah, that's not going to help. Let's put a blue up there. And then when we pop through the blue, we need to be firing another blue there. There we go. Now we've got time to figure out our plan. So we're going to fire a red somewhere, I think. It's kind of hard because of the way it keeps switching your perspective every time you go through. Aha! I think I saw a hole, but I saw it late. Oh no. That may not have helped. I guess I can just fire wildly because it doesn't really matter if I use the wrong portal or anything like that. But yeah, this is one of these bits where I'm not as big a fan. It's just a case of look for the portable spot, I suppose. And... well, maybe I don't even need to. Maybe I just need to shift myself a bit closer to where I should be. Yeah, maybe this will work. And then I can position myself close enough to there to climb on it? Maybe? No, it doesn't seem to want to allow me to shift any further over. So it works to an extent, but not well enough. Unless I go the other way. That was a good inch. What say you, Wes? Having a large cat in my face right now isn't the ideal scenario. But we're getting there. Oh, fuck off. And then we blew it at the last second. Yeah, there we go, we got up there. Wow, what's all this scratching coming from under my desk? Bloody cats. Don't have cats, people. Well, don't have 13 cats. Guaranteed at least one troublemaker. Now, what do we do from up here? It's more of the same. She just said, see you there, and then she's just pissed off. And now we're just stuck in spot the bit of wall that you need hell. Unless from here now we're supposed to do the same launch thing again. So we've got our balloon plates down there, so we could launch from a higher vantage point now, you see. Whee! And that would allow us to see higher up. But how does that help us? Unless we now need to do this again. No, there is a door over there though. That door is full of promise, if we could just reach the damn thing. But with all this wibbling around, changing directions in the air, it's kind of tricky. There we go, we eventually got there. Now, puzzles would be nice. Okay. So we fling ourselves across here. So this was all just build up for another fling. Woo! Now we've got to press that button, surely. Nothing could go wrong pressing that button. Okay, so it's given us a surface we can portal. Oh, are we flinging again? Is that what we're doing? I think we are. Woo. And this time we've landed awkwardly. That probably wasn't meant to happen. Yeah, I don't think we were meant to land there. Can we get a bigger fling? Do we need a bigger fling, or was that just being weird? Yeah, it's just being weird. Okay, we're up. Ah! I think that's where we threw away our companion cube earlier.
Hey, over here. Come and grab me. No rails in the chamber. You ready for this?
We're ready.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome to your demise. Let's get the preamble and get to it. Any last words?
Yeah, I have some. Is it possible that you were once a vacuum cleaner?
How do you know that?
I can't believe it. Oh, they grow up so fast. It's not polite to murder your mother.
You're my... But how's that possible? I was created by a human.
I can't believe my Roomba is trying to kill us.
Yes, about that. The Spire is still charging. Just give me a minute. I'll murder you as soon as possible.
So some sort of time-based nonsense again, I guess. That's how these things usually go
Don't
in
have
the
any
final
other
challenge.
deadly weapons here, sadly.
Can we go through the door? No.
Could have just jumped into my pit, you know. No need to wait.
So yeah, he's just going to keep saying stuff until I figure out what we're supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to just press the big red button.
What did you even think by coming here? Thought you could just press a button to stop me?
You mean this button?
What button?
Big and red, right in front of us.
That's not a button. Ignore it. Don't look at it.
What happens if we press it?
Nothing. Don't press the button. It's really boring, believe me.
I say we press it.
I'm pressing
Don't
it.
press it!
All right. Before we press any buttons, can you put me on this claw in the corner? I have an idea.
Cool. Right, you stay there. I'll go press the button.
Now that your hands are free, I say we give that button a little push while I explore this magnificent vent.
This button can only be pressed.
That's one satisfying button.
I
Oh,
told
yeah.
you not to press it! That's it. Time to die. Enjoy your last moments. You'll die in 5 minutes.
Okay, so we've got
The
5
light's on.
minutes to solve
We need
the
to
puzzle.
disconnect all of those pipes before the time runs out. Here, through this door.
Right, okay, she's actually helping us though, so we're not
Check
having to
the
figure
door.
things out too hard. I like that. Time puzzles suck,
What are
but
you doing?
being given
Do you
advice
really think that you
is
can
great.
stop it?
Hi! Whoa! This is wobblier than I thought. Find
Yeah.
a way to get to this control room. Maybe this test chamber can help.
maybe it
You
can.
look ridiculous.
Alright, so there's the control
Seems
room.
about adequate considering I'm fighting my own vacuum cleaner.
What does that do, by the way? Drop her override. Okay. So if the timed puzzle here is just test chambers, then that's cool. We can live with that. I like test chambers.
Good. Now, inside. Come on, hurry.
Yes.
What do you expect to find in there?
Turrets,
Think
apparently.
these chairs are gonna save you?
No, but the button might.
Okay, we can't just bum rush. Checkpointing could be a
The
bit more
light's
generous.
on. We need to disconnect all of those pipes before the time runs out. Here, through this door.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
I suppose at least
Seems
with
about
the
adequate considering I'm
thing
fighting my own
restarting,
vacuum cleaner.
we do have the full 5
Good.
minutes again, which
Now,
is good.
Inside. Come on,
No.
hurry.
What do you expect to find in there? Think these chairs are gonna save you?
No, but the button.
Is that going to help us? Who's shooting us?
The chairs for.
Okay, it was you.
I can ask you the same about the buttons. Seem a little
No.
bit obsessed with those.
Can I not put the portal behind you? It looks like I should be able to. Can I put a portal under you? No. Can I just knock you over? Yes. Now, what about you? You don't look much of a threat.
Hello, please put me down. Malfunction.
Cool. Okay, so I guess we fling. Oops. That should have worked, I feel, but it didn't. Alas. Yeah, there we go. There's another button.
Yes! We're halfway there. 2 more stations to go.
Right, but which
Should
way?
have never taught you how to push buttons.
Oh, nice! That slowed the charge as well.
Oh, good.
Bought us some time. Come on out. 2 more stages to go.
Yeah, this is more friendly than, say, Portal Stories Mel. Timed puzzle at the end.
Next control room is this way. Think you can get over somehow?
No, you can't. Just give up trying.
Nah, there's gotta be a way.
Next control.
You know what? Yes. I want to see you try. Come on, fall down that pit.
Right, we could get over
Oh,
here.
God. Why did you have to remind me? We're so high up.
But how does this help us? We could get back over there. And then potentially fire through there. Do we need our boot on again? Our cube? Probably. Because then we can pop through here. And no, we can't fire in there, but we can do this. That works. And then we can bring Cube Friend with us. Good. Yeah. This is fun. Now, you're just going there. Okay, so we need to get over to there. Yeah, we do. Take this, Sterling. Not a lot of time left on the clock. We doing alright, Amelia?
Good.
So, here you are. You're just back now? Where have you been?
What are you talking about?
I didn't see you again after you upgraded my chassis. We used to do everything together.
Do everything together? You were a vacuum cleaner. You cleaned up for us. Don't even ask me why we gave him consciousness.
You didn't even say goodbye.
Are you having abandonment issues right now? Is that seriously what's happening? I built a vacuum cleaner with abandonment issues.
Yep. That's a pretty typical Aperture Science thing to do. Now, how do we fling ourselves across there? I guess we just do this. Woo!
No turret! Kill!
No turret.
He's
Bad
in
turret.
quite the murderers. The last control room is right here. Come on, you can do this.
No, you can't. Remember that brain damage test we did, where you had to push a button? Turns out I was wrong. You must have brain damage. Why else would you do this to me?
Ah, don't listen to him. Can't have slept for that long, right?
Right, where am I going exactly?
Oh, maybe that's why you don't talk.
That explains a lot.
Not 100% sure how I should be leaving this area. We've been given more time, which is nice. But can't seem to get back. There we go. I'm an idiot. Right, that's cost us unnecessary time. Now what have you done? Turrets?
Oh, a red button. I have to press it because I'm just so brain dead that I need to stimulate my soggy brain with satisfying click sounds and tactile feedback.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
you, by the way, in case you didn't get it.
I got it.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry.
I'm not talking to you.
Right. Now, help me, Amelia. I guess we need to fling off there, perhaps? But how do we do that? What from down here? Do we put a portal here? And then do we fling onto that from somewhere else? Little confused about how to get there. There's nowhere up this side where we can do anything. Amelia, little help? Because I think I want to be flinging out of this and then fire a target up there. But I can't see anywhere to fling. And this is the trouble with the time challenges, is sometimes they just drain of all tension because you're just faffing around looking for a portal spot. Back on the original test chamber? Where was that? There's a spot over there. So let's try going through that. Okay, that brings us back to our button. Now, what have we got? We got red. But yeah, we might need to just go back through the bits we've done already. Although that portal's in the wrong place, isn't it? Because it should be up there. Yeah, I think we need to repeat all this sequence again. Yeah, I've probably cost myself too much time at this point. I might only have like 30 seconds left. Alright, now where might we be going? So that would take us back across here. But then how does that help me? Because I still can't put a portal on there. And yeah, we're out of time. Right, so do I need to go back through everything again? The fact that I'm able to is probably a strong sign that I do. Right, so we've got our thing. But then it's pushing rather than pulling, which might not help us. So that's where we fired it last time. Is there anywhere else we can fire it that might be more useful? What if we go through it? No, because we still can't see that thing over there that we need. I guess we'd fire a red here and raise ourselves up. Or we could fire a red here and raise ourselves up. Yeah. Maybe not exactly there then. Maybe over there. There we go. And then we can raise ourselves up super high. As high as it'll allow. Which is pretty high. This is probably far higher than we already need. And this is going to be the biggest fling in the history of flings. We put our portal in the wrong place though, so there we go. Whee!
Come on, final button.
Yeah, we go. We got it in the end.
You're right, though. It is quite pathetic that a button pusher is your arch nemesis. No offense to you, test subject. Just the reality of the situation.
None taken.
I'm
No.
not even gonna respond to that.
Ah, bollocks. Right, let's just do the floor trick.
No offense to you,
There we
test
go.
subject. Just the reality of the situation.
No, you can't be
I'm not even
floored.
gonna respond to that.
I mean, she's
But you
the
can be
only
rushed.
one of us who can press
Bonk.
buttons. I don't have hands either. Wouldn't underestimate someone with arms.
Are you still there?
There we go. Alright, that's the turrets out of the way. Buttons over there. Can we fling ourselves? Woo! We can.
You did it!
Yay!
Ah, yes!
Yes, you did it.
Now
Shattered
what?
my dreams of rebuilding my home. Are you happy now? Proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Look, we also want the best for Aperture, but we can't do that by reactivating GLaDOS. It's not right. You know what she did.
What's going on?
Oh my...
No!
That ain't good. And there we have it, I guess. Portal Revolution is complete. Are we going to get some sort of post-credit scene, or are we just leaving off there with the big explosion? Hard to say, but either way, I've had an awful lot of fun. Probably more so than I did with Portal Stories Mel, to be honest. I like the story, I like the characters. The puzzles were great. It did sag a bit at times when we were just working our way through the broken down old stuff that we've seen before in Portal 2. So yeah, we know it's all broken and knackered behind the scenes. Just let me get back into the puzzles, please. Music was great. Cast of 2 people were great. And yeah, all told, it was a good bit of fun, and I'm glad that I've given it a try. The puzzle at the end was definitely one of the better timed puzzles that I've done. I didn't really feel frustrated at any point. It was more just feeling challenged, which is what you want, I guess. Now I guess we'll just wait and see if we get some sort of post-credits. And if we don't, then I would just say thank you very much for watching me play this. And I will see you next week for something entirely different. Can't be sure what it'll be yet, but you'll know because you'll be here next week, right? Thanks for watching, friends.
Hi. Hello. I don't think you ever told me your name, did you? Look, I'm recording this on the off chance that you actually survive. You were badly wounded in the eruption. I tried what I could, but I've never seen anything like it. I'm a neuroscientist, all right? My expertise starts and ends at brains, not bodies. Look, the best I can do right now is to put you in stasis. It might help you heal, but yeah, it's not looking good. I'm sorry, okay? I don't know what to do now. The spire's broken, so we're just stuck on the moon. I guess this is goodbye. For now. Just for now. Take care.